I don't think I lost a thing.
Wait, suspicious bushes again.
Okay, yep, I'm back. Yeah, I think it's a hard drive issue actually. That has been my main conundrum.
Well, we'll have to look into it then, right?
Well, I have 4 hard drives, so I just switched hard drives.
4?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a lot of hard drives.
Yeah. So I will still be able to use your footage. Ah, that's good.
Good
Losing
panic
footage is
attack.
annoying.
You're gonna have to check your video though.
I did. I already did. It leads up to at least 10 minutes ago, and if I lose out like on us complaining about your internet and Connor versus Mayweather or whatever.
You just may want to check near the end of the video to see if any weird stuff's happening, like when you put in the editing software, just because like we had a thing where that happened with Andrew, the whole stop recording thing, and then eventually it eventually did stop successfully. But then we checked back in, and like the last half an hour of the video was all garbled and losing its mind. And what it would do is it would freeze frame on one moment for like 5 minutes straight, and then in 3 seconds it would play out that entire like 5 minutes, like just all at once, and then freeze frame again. It's like it was completely unusable and unsalvageable, and like there was no way to repair it.
It looks like it was
technically fixed.
Could be wrong.
It was the weirdest thing. But I had to re-record a chunk of it, and that just sucked.
Yeah, re-recording anything is really frustrating. I've been having that problem with Pyre. That's part of the reason why we had so much trouble recording it, is because I was going through a bunch of extra hoops to make Pyre work, kind of. Oh, thank you, Cogfellow.
To make it work, or to make sure that you had like redundant saves or something?
Yeah, to make sure that I would not lose any footage, because you can't reload in Pyre. So if like I recorded for 2 hours of Pyre and then lost that would...
Yeah.
That would be actually just killer.
Yep.
And
I was very lucky nothing ever went wrong with my entire Pyre playthrough.
Yeah, we've managed to make it the entire way through without a single technical problem, which is good. We had problems with Regalia, which had preceded it, which had brought on the paranoia, because we lost the last hour. We lost the last hour of the game. Luckily, I saved constantly so I could get it back, and like it wasn't so bad, but it was nightmarish. And in the end, the finale, the whole finale of the game was at about 10 to 15 FPS, because I literally could not get the game to perform better than that while being recorded. And I was just like, you know what, screw it, I give up, I'm done with this game, bye. And that just was the end.
I'm sure people loved that.
Yeah. Well, people tolerated it. Definitely. I mean, it was a turn-based strategy game. It would have been so much worse if it was like a spectacle fighter. Like, can you imagine trying to play Bayonetta or watch like a Bayonetta series where the frame rate is garbage? Ooh. Or Sonic the Hedgehog.
So in other words, Bayonetta on PS3 when it actually came out.
Yeah, I heard that was bad.
Yeah. That's a game that originally came out on 2 platforms, and where one of them was just garbage. And that was the heyday of like when a lot of people learned about who Platinum was, and it was like the worst situation ever, because they just had like a genuinely bad version of their game that never got better. Like Bayonetta on PS3 is just forever bad, and it never got better. That's so weird to think about Platinum.
It's not that uncommon. Their PC port of Nier is purportedly still kind of garbage.
I thought it was supposed to be good on PC.
It was mostly good, but there are some game-breaking bugs that are there and have been there since launch. So it's like it's a mostly functional port with some like critical issues that need fixing that probably will never get fixed, which sucks.
Well,
this is going to be
apparently their Bayonetta
part.
port and their Vanquish ports are great.
They better be. Those games are ancient.
Yeah. That's what happened to Tales of Symphonia, actually. The port for that was worthless.
Here's Disillusioned.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to have a really bad port, even though it was like an incredibly old game.
Yep. Yeah. You want to see a GameCube game run at 15 frames a second half the time? There you go.
Congratulations, you got punished for
Garbage.
being a fan.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm done.
Take that, diehards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm done with the area. Fields of Ruin are pretty fast to go through, actually.
You finished the entirety of Fields of Ruin?
Yeah, I've got one vista left.
Wow. I'm
only
not there at
partway
all.
through this heart. Wait, did I go to a... Aw.
I'm only at
need to
73%.
I'm at 91.
I mean, I have the murder horde. Let's be real here.
Oh, there's some more separatists.
I do not have to wait for anything to die. Though, I really am looking forward to getting to the post-game content where we don't have hearts. It's mostly just events and, like, actual challenging stuff. Because then we will work together and the murder horde won't be a mild detriment to you guys.
Yeah, there was long stretches of when we were in the snow area where like all I could do was just find stuff I could hit F on because that was the only way to make hard progress because every unit would just be dead all the time. Or like those moments where I'd run up and down the same cave over and over again just trying to find a single living enemy for like 10 minutes.
Let's see. I got a bunch of goodies for stuff that I can't use yet.
And fall to my doom. Hooray! Well, I'm 37 now.
That's good.
Gradually getting up there.
Yep.
Oh, 38. Timing.
Yeah, I'm just at 38 right now.
I guess this town just doesn't have a heart.
Nope.
Somebody should give them one of those for Christmas.
Nah. We saw what happened to the Grinch. He gave away all his shit.
And he died to heart palpitations.
Yeah.
Is
That
this
movie
separatist
actually made me
really
uncomfortable because of how
invulnerable?
they usually illustrated that heart. I was just like, I don't really like that. I don't really like...
Oh, shit. I died.
That person's invulnerable. I can't do anything to them. That's so weird.
I haven't even discovered a bunch of the map yet. I'm a ways away from finishing this zone.
Oh, hey,
Oh.
is this another bounty? Oh, it's Trillium Midwell again.
Yeah, it's still Trillion.
Go away, event. I'm not here for you.
I mean, do you want to get her again, or...
Well, we'd have to, we'd actually have to get the bounty
I see.
properly. I'm currently, stopping by town because somebody very nicely sent me a bunch of jewelry that I can't use for another, 4 levels. And so it's like, well, I have to, like, squirrel this away, otherwise I'm gonna salvage it and then... Thank you! Thank you for the cash money, I guess, because everything else is gone. Okay. By the way, if you guys have any, like, yellow items that you got from this map, they sell for about $1 a piece, which is
nice.
fairly decent, actually.
More Vista!
I still need to get the Vista in town.
There's a weird feeling of like going around in the branded area and being with like the pretty, like normal char people, then going out and fighting the branded char people. Like, you're the ugly, gross ones, get out of here! But I'm fighting them with like nightmare necromancer zerg creatures that like as if I'm any different from them.
Well, so the thing about those char is they've actually been tainted and corrupted by the dragon's evil magic, so they're no longer living anymore. They're...
Whereas my magic's completely not evil and not a form of tainting at all.
You're just sort of recycling dead body parts for good? Question mark?
I'm sure their families are very happy with my behavior. My nightmarish behavior.
Yeah, I think even in the original Guild Wars, necromancy was looked down upon. And amongst Char, like, any magic is looked down upon.
I mean, you live in a very, very horrible world in your fantasy setting if the common populace does not look down on necromancy.
Well, there are the cultures that have like necromancy and vampirism and other things as their main thing, but they're painted in a dark light. Like, oh.
There's just something inherently dark and revolting about the very concept of necromancy that if the average character in that setting is not bothered by its existence, then that means you must be in a very horrible, like, Diablo-like world where everything sucks all the time and nobody has time to be worried about the necromancers.
That just reminded me of the Oh No Necromancer song. That's funny.
Basically went like, oh no, necromancer, oh no, necromancer.
Yep.
Basically went like necromancer.
I keep finding books.
What a
and I
weird
wish
remix. Because they had nothing to work with. one of the key verses is basically went like necromancer. Like what? Because that's all he said.
Yeah.
It was one sentence. And they made a whole remix based on that.
Well, I think Bird said that the only thing he remembered about the song that he had written was that "Oh No Necromancer" was the lyric, so...
Yeah. That's why the remix was so funny.
Mm-hmm. Where is that vista? It has to be all the way up there? How am I supposed to get to that?
Hey, come talk to me.
Wander, can you help?
What?
How do I get up there? Is it a rock on that side, or is it a rock on that side?
Let me, are you
I
on
don't
the
think I know how
southern
to
side?
disarm
It's
these.
to the west.
Oh, but I already
You have
did
to go
that.
all the way to the west. I know you're right there, but it doesn't matter.
Well, I did go all the way to the west earlier, and it didn't... Like, where to the west? Because I tried getting on top of these boxes before, and it didn't help.
It's like directly south of the hero point.
Yeah, you have to go to the edge of the farm. And the rocks themselves just form a ridge that reaches the ground.
Oh,
So you walk it up like a ramp.
Oh, that farm. I see it. That's a long ways to go. Also,
Yep.
where is the hero point over here? Do I have to fall? Oh, I have to fight her. The fallen angel.
What do you do? Can you do something with these mortar shells to get credit? Or because every time I touch them, they blow up. And that doesn't give you credit.
I think you might be able to disarm them, but I don't know.
I think I lack any sort of way to interact with them. Maybe there's like an item I'm supposed to pick up somewhere that lets me do something with them.
Okay, going to the rocks.
This game's so judgy sometimes. The game's just like, look at that shady Char over there. That guy's name is just Shady Char.
Oh, did I miss it again? I keep missing where I'm supposed to climb.
You haven't found the ramp yet?
Nope.
Just along the cliff face in the back of the farm.
In the back of the farm? Because I found the one at the front of the farm, but the one at the front of the farm is you can't climb it.
I think
Like
chat
that?
is trying
I
to show you where it is right now. Like this.
Yeah, that's it.
Go to Hero
I
Shiroto.
tried
No, no.
climbing that earlier and I failed. Which is so weird because I was jumping up to it, but it just wasn't working. There we go. Well, that looked easy. I swear I had come here before. Meh. Don't like that rock. I'll go up around. There we go. I can see everything.
Wait, where is he? What? It says that hero waved, but isn't he down south? I don't,
He was
I don't know
probably
how to tell people are nearby or not.
He was probably waving to me because I was trying
Yeah,
to
but I'm on
find
the other
it.
side of the map. Can I see him emote from there? How does this work? Does everyone in a party see each other's emotes text no matter what?
Oh, I just have 2 points of interest.
Because I assumed it was based on range.
Oh, the 2 points of interest are probably down there now that I think about it. Yeah, they must be. I think I've gotten everything else. I'll go down to the Ogre Road. So did you guys want to do any personal story stuff before the end of the night? I know that we'll be ditching the train, but
I mean, at this point, we're already 3 hours in.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. Also, I think you've been gradually slowly getting further and further away from your microphone.
Sorry. I go off to the left sometimes.
Yeah, so Shell doesn't actually care about her microphone. In fact, it's kind of a nuisance for her.
It gets in the way of the screen.
Put it down then.
Position it better.
Yeah.
Fine, I will.
This is just like TLE. Like TLE was like, I don't want this microphone in front of my face, so he had it like 3 feet away from his face, off by his computer monitor. Like it'll get the sound.
she's been recording a lot of stuff on my Yeti. You know, that thing that can capture sound from like a mile away. So her experience with the microphone has kind of dropped or not dropped, but been tainted. I don't know.
Hey.
I don't know the phrase to work with, but like you know, when you don't have to be in front of the
I like
mic,
how she took offense to that. Where I'm trying to like even like deconstruct how that could be a thing to take offense to.
Well, he's essentially implying that I've become so used to the Yeti that I can't... It's like, no. No. I don't know what the Yeti's supposed to
I mean,
pick
do you
want to
blame your bad microphone contact on being out of practice, or just be doing it on purpose? Because that's the other option.
No, it's entirely accidental. Part of it's because of my posture, probably, playing these.
Got one big chunk in the top right to discover still. 1 heart left.
I still need to find one more point of interest.
I've got 3 point of interest, 1 heart, 1 hero point, and 4 waypoints still. This is really late in a session to still have 4 waypoints to go.
It's a large zone. I thought it was going to be small because it was just very square.
Yeah, but it's just weird that I have more waypoints to go than any other category, and it's like, well, the waypoints are how you get around.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird to have that be the thing that I have tons left of. Getting really close to maxing out blood magic. There's Gill Scale Pond. Is Wander tired?
No, I'm actually running the the guild trek, which is...
Yes, I finally got a Black Lion key.
The guild trek is a special type of event you can do. Like the bounty, where you have to... It's effectively a giant scavenger hunt to find 5 locations somewhere in the game. And so right now I'm running from zone to zone, grabbing things. How much time do we have left? We got 8 minutes left. And if you... Did I go to the right place? I didn't go to the right place. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but you're effectively given an image of a location. You have to find it. Obviously, the easiest way to do it is just to warp there and cheat and use a wiki, which is what I am doing. Eventually, once we've completed more of the map, I will have you guys join me on them. But right now, I've got the I'm on the last one, and I'm in like one of the ultra high level zones, so like you guys can't reach this anyway. But it'd be really cool to actually do this with you guys as part of the group, as opposed to maybe getting the reward. I don't actually know if you get the reward. I don't know how the guild trek works for team play. I also do not know.
Do you guys remember where the harpies were?
Top.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the, like,
Yeah, north area.
Yep, they're
supposed to
up north.
defend the cows from the harpies. I haven't actually found a harpy yet.
Yeah, they're far to the north, and they're sort of in a back area with all of these eggs. Maybe it's the Tangleroot Hills, so it's just further to the east from where you are right now.
Bats around here. Let's see if those give me quest credit. Oh, there's a harpy. Bats do not count.
There we go.
Definitely just kind of a zone out kind of game.
Oh,
It is.
it definitely is. This is a very good game to play when you you really just want to chill out, watch some Game Grumps, and not think for a little while.
That's what you do when you play the game.
Yep. It's satisfying.
Unfortunately, that's a little bit of the antithesis of commentary.
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, I'm no longer trying to focus on... So part of it is, for each of the guild missions, there's a time limit, and I was just like, how the hell do I get here? How does this even work? I don't know. Let's see. Is there anything? No. None of the daily events
I think we'll
are
have
any
more
good for you
to
guys.
talk about maybe when we do some of the story quests.
Well,
that
I think we had
instance.
plenty of topics to talk about. We just at this point we're like finishing it all off. So
We're using it more as like a podcasty opportunity as opposed to talking about the quests and what we're doing, because a lot of it's killing local wildlife, fighting enemies. There are the occasional interesting missions that are unique. I think if we had done the Asura zones, it would have been pretty interesting, but we haven't. The Asura is so funny.
Just hanging out, finding harpies.
Okay.
Yeah, inevitably every MMO we play turns into a podcast, essentially, where we just talk
Yeah.
about whatever, because talking about what's happening on screen is just like a nothing. I've basically just been pressing the same... I've just been walking up to enemies and then pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, I think the real content that people play these for is eventually doing dungeons, and I mean, they
Yeah, I mean, I'd like
recently
to-
introduced raids. There's the exploration aspect. I remember when I initially played through this game for the first time, just everything was so awe-inspiring, and I mean, these zones are a little bit more drab because they're in areas where the Char and the humans are currently at war. It's not like the Asura or the Sylvari areas where everything is lush and beautiful. Also, when you're not rushing to get everything done, you can actually stop and listen to what the quest givers are saying, and
I mean, this game basically barely has quest givers. I guess you technically can walk up to the heart person and talk to them.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
Well,
can walk up
the
Like,
real-
by default, the quest just starts on its own, though.
What I-
Almost the real ones are actually the scouts.
Yeah. What I absolutely love is, especially in towns
My
and
crew
cities,
is on the
walking
verge of
by
breakthrough.
just citizenry and the conversations that they have, they're really informative, at least according, like,
Everything
regarding
has
the
a
lore
place
of the
in the eternal
world and
alchemy.
what the day-to-day travails are for individuals. And I'm just thinking they must have planned out and voice acted hundreds and hundreds of these
break it,
conversations
I break
that
you.
you might not even run into over the course of the game, because they're sometimes hidden in various nooks and crannies of the world, and it's interesting when you find them. I really like that.
I'm basically
And I
just
think-
I'm just massacring harpy eggs right now. Like they're not even born yet, and I'm killing them.
I noticed that in this zone, it was a lot of, sabotage the ogres, kill the harpies. It seems like anything that isn't human or char, you're eliminating from the landscape.
This is up there with like how we talk about in D&D, like racial alignments are stupid. The idea that everyone born of an entire species has the same like alignment in as far as like good, evil, lawful, chaotic, and everything. And like we're doing the same thing here. It's like these things aren't even born yet, but we're treating them as the enemies by default. Kill them all.
Yep. One thing I always wondered about harpies is they always seem to be female.
That's basically the premise, isn't it?
Right. From the ancient Greeks, yeah, they're sirens, they're harpies, but it's just odd in a fantasy context because you have to wonder, are they hermaphroditic? Do they have some kind of weird thing where they're born with a set number of eggs and they can just replicate themselves? Do they have to
Just gotta get up there in that harpy cloaca.
lure like male humans to like reproduce with them? I don't know. That seemed to be going on a lot in Pyre with all the human harpy love interest.
Yeah,
but
even Pyre straight up has a dedicated concept to the idea of having harpies that are also once again an all-female bird race apparently, or at least the only ones you ever see seem to be female.
Yep. I mean, they also have the whole like sisters. They're sisters. I mean, I suppose people really like the Amazon society concept, and I mean, just having an all-female clan of warrioresses, it's pretty cool. But when it comes to harpies and stuff, it's like, yeah, actually, like in Legend of Zelda with the Gerudo, you're probably gonna run into them at some point.
Well, I already played. Breath
of the Wild. Yeah, well, I was thinking in like the timeline. Yeah.
Let's see, 2 teleports and 2 POIs to go. Somewhere.
Yeah, because with their Gerudo, they explain it that, yeah, one male of their kind is born every 100 years, but otherwise they just...
And then the great orgy ensues.
Oh gosh.
To make the next 100 years of people.
No, actually they do lure in regular Hylians to
the best
reproduce.
waypoints freaking contested.
I think in...
Contested waypoints are annoying.
I think in Ocarina of Time, they have some of the Gerudo gossiping about the guys that they've been with or something, I don't know. Or there's this whole thing where some of them slip out of the village to meet lovers in Hyrule and whatnot. But I don't know, so they explain it that way. But yeah, harpies because of their bird-like nature, I don't know.
More people should learn to barter.
Though in Pyre, didn't they seem to say that the people of the Commonwealth, like the normal humans and the harpies, were at one time the same species, but then they split off? The humans, like, discarded their wings or didn't want to fly anymore.
Every Supergiant game has this really interesting world that I wish I got to learn more about, because almost the world that isn't part of the game ends up being more interesting than the game itself, and the game is just kind of like teasing you.
Oh yeah, the Commonwealth, the wars, the
like,
carnage, the
Bastion had this
things.
wonderful world that you never got to see. You just got to see the aftermath of it being dead. And that was cool, but also like, aww.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you
don't
actually...
like it when you find somebody and then they turn to ash and disintegrate when you touch them?
Yeah. I love Bastion. Bastion was solid stuff.
So that one guy made of ash.
Yeah, well.
He wasn't very solid.
The world wasn't very solid either.
No.
How were your endeavors progressing?
Every Supergiant game, I feel like almost deserves a sequel or...
Prequel?
Yeah.
Where you see what the world is that it's in?
Yeah, because, like, you know,
surprisingly, every time they make a new game, they completely just throw everything out the window and make a new world from scratch.
Well, apparently what they do is their entire like strategy is actually to pick a different employee and make the game that employee wants to make.
Huh.
Yeah.
There's an idea.
Though their blog post said they throw them into a pit and have them fight over it. But I don't quite
There's
believe
only so
that.
many people that work there, right?
Yeah, I think it's like a small... Bastion was made by, I think, 7 people?
Jesus. I guess you had a higher chance of them using your ID at that point.
Yeah, because Gen Z was their only artist for all of Bastion. It was one lady that made all that.
Did you have Rookie shave his mustache?
Nope. Wander told him that he loved it.
People keep doing that and they're monsters.
So he will actually shave it
He
off?
will shave it off.
Yes.
I think. Yes.
Wow.
You will permanently alter him because you're shitty. Like, how dare you?
I kind of almost wish it went the reverse. If you didn't tell him to shave it off, it would grow longer.
Well, that's the kind
There
of
we
thing you would
go.
do.
Unfortunately,
one
Rookie was...
waypoint and one. Oh, there, they're both down here. Oh, they're both down there. I'm about to be done.
Yay.
Yay.
Unfortunately, Rookie was the second person we sent off, so it was kind of like, well, bye.
That was the case for me too, and I'm like, no, I like that character, but also like I'd want to make sure he goes free.
The game literally embodies the phrase "kill your darlings."
Well, the game has a genius concept where you can only liberate one of your top 3 people.
Yeah, which makes perfect sense, but it sucks because...
Which means you have to use everybody over the course of the game, unless you're
Yeah.
losing constantly.
Yeah, it gets around the classic RPG
Zone
problem where
complete.
it's like... Yay.
There we go.
It's the classic RPG problem where it's just like, so you have these characters, you're only going to use the ones that you actually like. And that's just...
JK, you have to use these people.
Yep.
You thought you only had to use the people you like, but now they're gone. Forever. You'll never see them again. Wish them well. You'll never... You can't... They're gone. That's it. They disappeared to the nether.
I actually, early on in the game, I was just getting flashbacks to the old 70s movie, Logan's Run. And I was just thinking to myself, what if this is all a farce? What if when they go into that pool of water, they're really just being incinerated and you're sending them to their deaths, and it was all a lie?
And then somebody else is just writing a fake letter about what happened to them.
I don't know. That was just a very, very, very early on thing.
I mean, that would be cool. You, like, eventually everybody makes it up there and you realize everybody's in prison and you have to, like, deal with it. But, like, real prison as opposed to, like, prison land.
I mean, have you ever... I think they might even be making a new movie for Logan's Run because they're rehashing absolutely everything in existence.
Oh yeah, everyone sucks.
Yeah, Logan's Run was essentially a society where if you... I think on your 32nd birthday, you had to take part in some kind of weird ritual thing where you're supposedly sent into a higher plane of existence. Except in reality, they were just incinerating the population because I suppose that was their form of healthcare. Like, if no one got old, then no one would have ailments or suffer, kind of thing. It was also a way of containing the population. I don't know. And then it was weird because the main character and the main female protagonist that he is able to escape with find like an old man in the ruins of Washington, D.C. with a bunch of cats. And he's...
I'm so close to hitting 39. And I can finally use all these 39 items that I've had this whole time. That never go away. I'm trying to stock up on salvaging kits.
Yep,
Yeah.
salvaging kits are nice.
Shit. Where is that?
Oh, a scepter and a staff are probably different weapons.
Yeah, scepters are one-handed, staves are 2.
Oops.
Yep, scepters you can actually mix with other weapons.
Well, I actually don't. Yeah, out of all these level 39 items I have an axe, a scepter, and a war horn. So none of them are direct upgrades for my current moveset.
Nope. Things you probably want are daggers, actually. Daggers are your go-to lifesteal weapons.
Daggers are really good for stealing health and bleeding, inflicting bleeding.
I believe I was using the staff because it allowed me to try to actually tag enemies.
Yeah. Staff's pretty good.
It's basically mandatory if I wanted to get any experience during like the crazy fights that were happening.
Yep.
Alright, well I guess with that, the zone's over. Oh, someone sent me mail. Oh, that's the mail saying, "You finished the place, congrats! We're all very proud of you." By which I mean we're not real. And nobody knows you did this thing. Yeah, I'm actually about to hit, I'm about to hit 20% world completion.
Yeah. It's not actually that hard to max it out. There's
No.
There's
It must
small...
look so weird to have this map actually get maxed out as being like a series of actual maps as opposed to being a vague sketch.
Yeah, one of my characters has the entire world maxed out, and one of my other ones...
It must look like weirdly Tetris-like, right? Because they're all weird square shapes that are outlined by mountains.
It is a little funky looking.
It's like the issue with the World of Warcraft, where like the zones look way better. The zones look natural when you look at them from like the continent view, but then you zoom in on them, it's like, why is there a convenient mountain range in all these places?
To hem it in, yeah.
Yeah, even in this map, they tried to sketch it out to make it look a little more natural and random. But even then, you can clearly see there's a series of straight lines going up and down and left and right everywhere.
Yep. I'm hoping with like modern-ish tech that it starts to get a little easier to like have just giant maps kind of.
Well, one thing I wondered is, let's go say you have a grassland or a plain, and when you step over a certain point, you're in a different zone. Do they just dislike the fact that it has to load
There are
in,
some games that actually do it really smoothly with instancing. So like you'll pass like a point, kind of like an area transition, and that will be like the distinct area, but it's not noticeable because there's no loading screen. There might be like a little bit of a hitch, but games have gotten substantially better at hiding it.
Well,
so that
thanks for coming by, everybody. It's about time for me to get off and see if I can finish Observer.
Yeah. So, people were talking about pigeons in that game. What came up?
I'm not talking about that topic on a stream.
Oh. Okay. But it was about pigeons.
It wasn't, though.
Really? Then why were people talking about pigeons and doves and whatnot?
I'm not.
Okay.
Nope. Staying away from that topic.
Okay. Is it because it's spoilers for Observer?
No, it's because pigeons.
Because pigeons.
We've been down that rabbit hole.
No, it's an incredibly not good stream topic.
Oh. Because spoilers or because...
No, because they weren't pigeons.
Oh.
Oh.
What?
No, it's okay, Shell. I got him.
Uh-oh. Was it something inappropriate?
Yes, Shell.
Bye-bye.
See ya, Keith. Have fun with your pigeons.